Hey guys, I'm back. So now I'm gonna split my piece. My dog has to always see what I'm doing, who I'm talking to. Go away. Be a good boy. Be a good boy, Ranger. Go away. Forgot the baton again. That's pretty much that's the max you want to split this. And when you're using a blade like this, you always have an axe anyway, or you should, if you're gonna spend any time in the woods. So let's see. This is birch. This knife is not gonna split this. It's jammed good in there. Like it's in there. It's really in there. Ain't happening. So, plan B. You always carve a wedge like this. Don't depend only on your knife. Let's set this aside. The wedge is pretty thick. That's a stubborn piece of wood. It will not split. Maybe I should go get my Northern Woodsman. See, it doesn't split. It just ran it up to here and it doesn't split. Let me pass another knife. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find my axe, so I got my survival knife. Let's see. That's the difference, guys. Okay. That's the difference we're talking about. Okay, so it's split. William Collins, WCSK. Okay. So since we're at it, let's try the other knife batoning before we start getting into other things. We'll get to the introduction after. Let's see. Did better, but still no show. Did better, but it didn't split it. Excuse me. Please go. Okay. To the rescue. Guys, we're just being silly now. I would never try and split that with the with those two knives, right? Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Let's get back to our, I think now they can handle splitting these. Let's see. We'll start with the LB. That's more like it, right? This is what you do. You don't beat your knife. Okay? Woodsman Classic. Okay, no problem now. Okay, fix the camera. All right, so we have this wood. We'll go to the LB again. Pretty good control, like I was saying. Have my hand here, my thumb here. Wanna be close to the blade. It's pretty good. Pretty good. You have some, I don't, this wood is horrible wood. That's why I picked this. This is how you see the knife. You're not gonna see the knife on this wood, right? Doesn't tell you much. Yeah, it can do fine, but this is horrible piece of wood. This is what most of the time when you need to carve something, this is what you're gonna get across. I don't mind at all. It's pretty good. Let's try the Woodsman Classic. I'm not trying to do any curls. So the design of this knife came after Morse Kahansky, the Canadian naturalist. He wrote a book and he described the perfect knife for the boreal forest and the boreal environment that he spent most of his life. And he said, he described this blade exactly. So a lot of knife makers trying to make this blade after him. And one of the most famous, he was one of his students, and he gave that knife to Morse. It's the Skookum bush tool. He was probably one of the first ones that made this design after Morse Kahansky's book. So also William, he got a request for his take of this knife, so that's what William's design is on this knife, right? So the knife design, Morse Kahansky said he wants a continuous curved blade with a thin tip. Well, the tip on the Skookum, it kind of breaks. If you go check out that knife on YouTube, you'll see a lot of people say, oh, the tip just broke. So William's solution on the tip is that he made the convex all the way to the very tip, and when you see this tip here, if you see on the other side, it's kind of wide with the grind. You don't have just a plain tip anywhere. Just always has the grind to back up for strength. And you see how hard I was beating on that tip. Did not break. And I was testing this knife earlier and it did not break. So same with this knife. This knife never breaks the tip. Cut bone with it, I cut everything with it. So what I like about this blade is that it's 0 degree true Scandi. Doesn't have a secondary bevel. Means this grind is 0 degrees, meaning from here to here, it's a true Scandi. Just goes straight down. Doesn't have a little secondary bevel, which that gives you good control on your cutting. Okay? How many curls you get, see? So, this is a very good feature of this knife. But also William makes this knife in high saber. But we're comparing this one now. Another thing I like about this knife is this new steel, AEB-L 30. AEB-L. It's a pretty new steel to me. That's the only knife I have with this steel. And so far, I'm very happy with it. It's a good choice for William. The Skookum, you can get it in any steel you want. But same with this one. So we're trying this now. What Morse was usually using is high carbon, from what I could research. And I think they also give him one in 3V. And Morse doesn't care for steel. He's not a steel guy. He doesn't. He says this is up to the knife maker. I'm not a knife maker. I just see, you give me the knife, I'll use it and see how it is. So this is the two different designs. This is the two different theories of this knife. Why are we comparing these two knives? We're comparing them because they're about, this is cheaper than this one. This is about 300 English pounds to get this knife, plus shipping, plus you're gonna pay customs probably in the States or Canada to get it. This knife is US made, comes from the US, and they are very similar, and they are two knives that I have in this length, closer length. I also have another in this length. I have this knife, but we'll talk about this knife another time. The downfall of this knife for me is I can't have it as a prop, like my only blade on a hunting season, because I like to be able to skin my animal. You never know, if I'm out in the woods and it's hunting season, I want to be ready in case I kill something. I want to be ready to process it, and I don't like this thin tip. You're gonna cut your hide, because I'm trying to save my deer hides also. I don't just skin it and toss it away. Gonna talk again on the next video. I got more to talk about these knives. I don't want to make one very long video, so we're gonna make a few short ones. Thanks guys, see you again on the next one.